What's going on, guys? Crypto Jeremy here, back with another TAO video. Guys, 495 broken here, getting close, getting really close to $500. A lot of sell pressure. Look, we wicked to 500 here. Looking great, guys. I'm not gonna lie, this is looking fantastic, guys. If you enjoyed the video, if you learned something, make sure to smash the like button, subscribe, do all that good stuff. Let's get straight into it. TAO not disappointing whatsoever. Just still going parabolic. I mean, there's nothing stopping this thing. Obviously, like, you've had those good retracements, but currently, if we're looking at like this retracement at the top of yesterday's video, 236, this retracement here, 236. Like, these are the smallest. This one a little below 618. These are the smallest retracements you can pretty much get from the fibs. So that just means that there's so much buy pressure, and it's not just like if you look at the beginning of this uptrend. If you look at like anywhere in the middle, it's the exact same thing. You'll be getting like this retracement didn't even hit the 236. This one barely went below. Like, point is, this thing is going parabolic. Supply demand, guys. So this thing runs and then it dumps. This time, though, it's very different, okay? You have to keep in mind this, guys. Keep this in mind. We are even close to all-time highs. All-time highs was above $700, and it actually was kind of marked by Binance's listing. So look at this. We're about to hit $500 maybe while I'm recording this video. The volume here, so this is on BitGet. Obviously, before, I don't know how much volume they had, but there's been a different, an increase in volume. I haven't looked at other coins, other exchanges. Let's look at Binance. Binance volume is at all-time highs right now. So it's a very different situation happening right here. What's happening, and this is very obvious, in my opinion, it is a supply and demand imbalance. So a lot of people are staking, as you guys know, like 70-something%. It might be around 80% now. Of TAO is being staked. And so what that means is that liquidity is just pretty much gone from the market. So all the buy pressure is coming, is going to outweigh that sell pressure, because not a lot of people are selling the coin like TAO, especially in times like these. So don't FOMO in, okay? Wait for the crypto markets and the TradFi markets to correct themselves, because they will eventually. And then you'll be able to get, sub $400 TAO, sub $300 TAO. We'll see how low it, dumps. But don't FOMO, okay? Obviously, people are FOMOing, but this thing's going to inevitably go above 1K. There's no doubt about it. So make that average lower. Make that average as low as possible. Look at maybe the daily, as I talked about in yesterday's video, maybe look at the daily Bollinger Bands. It's very much lagging. But if you ever see a situation like this where we wick below it in the next couple of months, that's when you can accumulate. So once this restabilizes around, probably around like 400, 450, depending on how price action follows, that's when you want to enter. You don't want to enter in the FOMO anyways, but I'm bullish, guys. Let's talk about a few different things. So Barry Silbert keeps mentioning TAO for some reason. I don't know why, but he's a big bull. I mean, he had once responded to one of my tweets, and it was something along the lines of, like, I was saying, why does he have TAO in his or the TAO character in his Twitter bio? And it was like, what does he know that we don't? And then he put like the emoji where it's like the thinking face. Point is, he's been kind of teasing it for some reason. He says he has a lot personally. The fund that he used to work at has AI fund now that they have accredited investors investing in, but TAO is like 2% of it, so it's very weird. But I mean, look, when you have institutional investors that are interested in this, it's a different ball game. And he was talking about as well. He was talking about Coinbase and a Coinbase listing being a big deal for TAO. It will be a big deal. That being said, you can't really rely on listings for coins, right? That's something that is more important for meme coins because it allows for more liquidity to hop in. But for coins like this, people who want to buy it will find a way, and there are a lot of available ways. You can buy it directly on Ethereum as wrapped TAO, and then you can instantly transfer it to, you can bridge it back to native TAO blockchain, which is Polkadot, like built on Polkadot. So yeah, anyways, TAO going higher than you think. A lot of bullish stuff happening here. So this guy, I don't know who he is, to be honest. OSS Capital, heard of it, don't know much about it. But he has been tweeting a lot. and talking about, like, so this guy tweet, I don't know who this guy is either. The point here is that a lot of people that aren't really in the TAO community here are starting to enter. A lot of interest is building, rightfully so. But it's, the tides are turning a little bit where it's no longer just being like this very niche, echo chamber on Twitter where developers are like echoing the same things. It's becoming more mainstream, I think, within crypto at least. And this is a big deal because TAO in itself, the inherent value that Bittensor has is based around two things. Number one is the actual output that subnets have, output and ability and interest to develop. So you have like the actual developers making these models. Do they have interest to do so? And that's directly correlated to price. And price is directly correlated to that interest. And so what that means is that if price goes up, you're going to attract more people to the Bittensor network. That being said, when price goes down, it creates a few things. It allows for the systems to like stabilize, but it also allows for new people to enter the space because there's a little less interest. Right now, there's a lot of interest because the incentives are very, very high. And so it's incentivizing intelligence. That's kind of the whole idea behind TAO. It's like, if we can train these models decentralizedly, which is what we talked about yesterday, and it's like become the reason why TAO is pumping so much right now, about to break $500, you can see right here. If we can decentralize that, then what happens is that we can incentivize people to develop systems that are rewarded by the delegators and miners. So what that means is eventually a lot of this capital intensive language model training is going to become replaced to some extent by incentive mechanisms where the token price is coming out of thin air pretty much. So the investment in itself in the systems is what's giving TAO price. And so by owning TAO, you pretty much own a sort of equity to some extent. And although it's not a security, it's pretty far from a security, which is also a very good point to point out. Like Bitcoin, fair launch, mined, no distributions, like similar to something like an Epic Cash or more of like a privacy token that's fully decentralized. But we're looking at incentives here. This is a big deal. It's very bullish, guys. The next few videos, I'll go more into depth on a few different things. A lot of people are trying to talk about it. A lot of people that I follow who don't usually share that much or show that much interest in the project are now showing a lot of interest. So that's all that really matters, guys. I want to finish off with this. There are going to be a lot of other coins in the AI space, within crypto that are going to start saying this is the next TAO, this is the next TAO. Ignore it. Don't dilute your potential by buying a bunch of coins. Look at these coins. There's a reason why this dumps so much. If you look at TAO, obviously Binance is not in a good example of that because it was listed literally at all-time highs. But if you look at TAO, for example, on let's say Mexi, for example, and go to like the daily, you'll notice that the retracement. Oh, Mexi also. That's weird. I guess it's futures, right? So that it all during the hype. So we want to look at like Mexi spot will be, there's a lot of, this is where I originally bought it around $60. Actually, I bought it on Uniswap actually, but the retracement here is much less, right? We retrace just about the 786, which is as low as it usually goes. Like if you're really looking at the highs there and you're trying to buy after a big sell-off, 786 is always consistent as long as the coin isn't a useless shit coin. But be careful with with people shilling these types of coins here. Like absolutely just trash. No hate to this guy. I don't even know what this product is. I don't need to know. All I know is don't dilute your opportunity, right? The opportunity cost of owning these shit coins, a lot of these coins, the projects are half baked. There's not actual interest. To have an AI token that actually does well, you have to have a lot of developer and just developer manpower on the network. You have to have interest, and the incentive has to be good enough to attract that interest. And so TAO is doing that because these guys are making millions of dollars doing that. Why would you go work at a place like OpenAI or Google, somewhere like that, where you're making, let's say, a million, compared to being able to make 10 million or 20 million on Bittensor ecosystem? So that's just how I view it. So it's incentive, and incentive works when FOMO strikes. So this thing could keep running, guys. So anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to smash the like button. I'll see you guys in the next video. And until then, as usual, peace.